Hello, Tenno. I am back here with another video. I am going to showcase an Araxia build that I have somewhat recently made. Uh, I personally think she's a lot of fun to play, and she's another one of my other frames that I kind of spent some time on, because I frankly like her survivability better than Saren's survivability. So I thought, hey, why not try to make a Araxia build? So hopefully y'all enjoy this build, enjoy the build maybe, and yeah, it's pretty effective. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so we're gonna start with the Archon shards right away, since and the abilities. So the first thing about for the Archon shards, uh, I have two effectiveness and energy orbs. I could probably manage to have only one, but I just want to have extra comfortability so I can consistently always have energy. And well, it's just nice sometimes to have excess of energy. And and then I also know that your first ability can give you energy orbs, but sometimes I kind of end up forgetting about this. And I don't actually have equilibrium on this build, even though I should probably have it. But and yeah, so I have three Tauforge Emerald Archon shards. You can have normal Archon shards. You don't have to have Tauforge. I just wanted to min-max kind of a little bit of Archon shards. And one of the emeralds is Corrosive Stacks, because this build is actually using Archon Continuity. And I mean, this is kind of the build right here. It's more of a health tanking build, because her armor is pretty low, but I thought, well, her fourth ability does great with health, and also she can go invisible, so I felt like, hey, if I ever get in a pinch, I could just go invisible real quick, you know, get away from enemy fire, let Arcane Grace hopefully proc. And yeah, and plus top of it, I also have Bellicose giving me the ability strength, which in turn buffs per second, and also putting Breach Surge on here, because, well, I could choose many other abilities, but I just thought Breach Surge is kind of neat and kind of nice, because it gives the it just it gives that quality of life of AoE damage, and I just like Breach Surge. But you could put a lot. There's other abilities you could probably put on here, and for her third ability, I think uh for her stats here, you could probably trade out efficiency for range with all the times with all the Archon shards you have. You can actually probably do this and be fine, because since you're not using shields that much, you might as well just get extra ability range so you have more breach surge coverage. But you know, that's you can either do more, you can do efficiency for comfortability, so you can always have energy, or you can just do more range if you feel like you're having enough energy. Um, I have Umbral mods here, since, well, they're nice. And yeah, this this does require an Umbral Forma or a Forma on every slot here. So I think just so you know, adaptation's pretty nice, because it actually this gives you more survivability in general with health. And yeah, corrosive projection is really just a nice quality, but you could also put something like you could probably put a lot of things. You could put weak point damage if you plan on actually using this with the Daikyu or any other weak point weapon, and it'd be really effective. I would have longbow sharp shot, but I don't have it maxed out, and it's very expensive for me to get, at least, and really hard. It's just a lot of grinding on that one. But yeah, I have on this Daikyu build specifically, because I'm gonna showcase this with the Daikyu, because I feel like the Daikyu is pretty effective with this, with the Raxia. Uh, It's kind of the Daikyu build. I was gonna put a primed Firestorm, but I kind of like having the higher critical damage, and on top of it, I like having my fire rate up. So, I mean, just having Blast alone is pretty sufficient enough, and with Breach Surge, I mean, you'll do crazy AoE damage anyways, but if you feel like a more AoE is nice, then you can put Prime Firestorm on and suffer the fire rate. But you're losing like a 60%, about like roughly, you're losing about point, I don't know, just like 0.15 seconds faster of charge time, so roughly. I had to do internal math there. So I personally just like this better. And also I'm running the Dual Toxica. I will say this build does not work with Incarnate weapons. So this is like an Incarnate-less build. Because of the fourth ability, actually doesn't buff Incarnate weapons. It doesn't buff, like it doesn't give the toxic damage buff, so you're much better off actually running a non-Incarnate weapon. Now, if it does actually buff Incarnate weapons, then what do you know? I mean, I don't know personally, but yeah, I mean, I run for the secondaries because melee doesn't. You can't use melee with this. I usually run Dual Toxica, or actually I run the Kiris Prime. Kiris Prime is insane with this. And I also run, I mean, you can also run, obviously, Akicore. I mean, this is just good in general, but it gets really good. It gets even better with Auraxia. And then also to Plinks, if you want to run Connect Plinks. Now, this build, I mean, you don't necessarily need the shards here. These are just kind of extra damage, just kind of like a min-max, like I said before. So if you're like kind of below Steel Path, well, for one, below Steel Path, I feel like Auraxia in general is already really strong, but just like a basic build. I mean, even just like a basic build, like try to make one here even pretty quick. I mean, you can run pretty much anything on Auraxia. She's really strong. All you need is like some range and, you know, your flow. I don't have a normal flow, but you can run. When do I have a normal flow? I do have that. Yeah, so you can run like normal flow and like range and, you know, efficiency and stuff like that. And you can be pretty comfortable with some strength and yeah, but yeah, I mean, you don't really need all the this. You don't need all of this unless you're. I mean, it's like mostly a Steel Path build right here. So yeah, I'm gonna showcase you the build in action, and hopefully y'all enjoy. Yeah, so I'm gonna try this on the node and Ani on the Void. So yeah, kind of just showcasing this with the Daikyu, because personally I like the Daikyu. I don't use it too much sometimes, but it's a cool weapon. Yeah, use your first ability to get some energy. I think with if you could put Equilibrium on this, then you could probably get more energy. But I guess once you get like enough energy, then like you should be pretty comfortable. Yeah, you can use Breach Surge. And do crazy DPS. But yeah, you can see my health is like not even breaking all that much. I'm chilling. My aim, I will say my aim was not the greatest, but I tried. it's doing quite well, and on top of it, the Daikyu is just... I mean, the Daikyu by itself as it is already pretty good, but... Oh my gosh, my aim is horrible. It's okay. Oh. But yeah, I mean, as you see, it does great damage, and if you just you can effectively clear rooms with this. You just put a spider ability down and kind of chillax. Now, I'm gonna use the Octocore. I was gonna use the Dual Torxica, but I find that I find that the Octocore is more effective, and so personally, I think using this is pretty nice. I'm also using it because I know that the life support system can be a problem sometimes with just using the Daikyu. But yeah, it's quite effective. I won't lie. I mean, the Daikyu is nice for damage, and then you can use, like, you know, a Octocore, any other AoE-based weapon, secondary weapon. Do crazy damage. But yeah, we're gonna cut back to when the Acolyte spawns. Oh. Oh. The Acolyte actually spawned in pretty quick. I'm gonna show you this. Oh, watch out. He's going to... For Malice, you're gonna have to get out of your ability and come back in. But once you do, I mean, he's not too terrible. If I can actually hit him in the head. I mean, you can use Daikyu or any other weapon. But yeah, I mean, he's not much of a problem with this build. I mean, if I could have hit him with the Daikyu, then I think he would have been... Then it would have been faster, probably, to eliminate him, but I mean, yeah, it's a strong build overall. Breach Surge kind of allows you to have that AoE, like I said before, and yeah, it gives you some quite nice support. This is basically the build. Alright, so I actually want to show you, real quick, the damage that you can do with both the Esteldra and the Dual Torxica. Because I'm not gonna lie, they're really nice to do this build and use this build with. So obviously you can just press your 2, press your Web's Embrace, get damage vulnerability, and then on top of it you can press your 3, that's your Breach Surge. Oh. Hold up, let me get rid of my Panzer, because it looks like he's taking over the show. But yeah. You do that, your second, and your third, obviously. You use the Esteldra. Yeah, it goes really good. It does really good. I personally have always liked the Esteldra, but I could never actually find a good use, like a good build of it. And then the Dual Torxica is even crazier. Oh, I got 3 surge, but yeah. It does crazy damage. And my dual torque skill is actually running magnetic as the as I'm pretty sure it's actually cold as a valence bonus. And so I put magnetic and viral on here, which can actually handle Xmas enemies very nicely. So it's actually really good against Xmas units specifically. So I can run this eliminate the full thing of Xmas units and still manage to do great DPS. Yeah, that's what I basically wanted to show. This would work with, like I said, majority of non-incarnate weapons. So yeah, that's basically that's the build, and hope y'all enjoy the hope you enjoy the build, and yeah, see you next time on the next Warframe video.